In an ever-changing world, there is a demand for a voice, which echoes the thoughts and yearnings of the common man. That voice comes with truth. It's a voice of justice, and ultimately, the voice upholds peace. The Voice is Building Bridges, your radio advocacy platform aimed at building trust and fostering peaceful coexistence among communities, ethnicities, and groups. Building Bridges comes up every Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. on J11.9 FM, an initiative of Take and Peace Desk with support by Bread for the World.
Good morning out there in the city of Jos. It's the 28th day of July 2021 and another wonderful time for 45 minutes of radio advocacy. It's Building Bridges, a program meant to build bridges of love between people, ethnicities, and groups. It's also meant to advocate for certain issues in our communities that affect our common existence as a people, as we build bonds of love between diverse people. And we'll be doing just that again on this edition of Building Bridges. My name is Joseph Ojadeji. I'll be your lead advocate for the next 45 minutes on the program. What are we talking about today? On this edition, we're actually talking about the ongoing continuous voters registration. We're seeking to create awareness and sensitization on the conduct of the process. As you may well be aware, the process has kickstarted across the various designated centers across the Federation, and we'll be doing justice to the particular topical issue on this edition of the program. Now, the beauty of democracy lies in a consistent and credible electoral process where the wishes and aspirations of the majority reigns. Now, for this to happen, there are a series of activities that are usually lined up before the elections proper. You know, one of the very important activity is the continuous voters registration, which is ongoing. Now, the Commission had kickstarted the process on 28th of June. That's the online part of the process, as well as the physical capture on 26th of July 2021. Now, the process is meant for different categories of people to identify different issues, to update the voters register as the case may be, as well as for the new registration. Now, the Commission's chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, was quoted to have said, "The online innovation introduced into the process was one of the Commission's innovation to enhance voter experience by making the registration exercise faster, easier, and less crowded than before." And given the lingering COVID-19 situation, the chairman said the new registration solution will help decongest registration centers, reduce delays, and allow prospective registrants to schedule appointments and monitor their applications from the comfort of their homes. And listener, you also bear witness to this, that the process has been seamless. We've had people that have gone online to do the online capture first, and which is the process is very seamless, So we have to give that to INEC, and we have to commend them for a job well done on that. Now, on this edition of the program, we shall be raising awareness on the conduct of the CVR process, as well as we'll be talking about the issues arising from the various centers as witnessed by prospective registrants. So you might want to get close to your radio or tell someone that has a question to ask, to get close to your radio to participate in the program, as well as share their thoughts or ask their questions. Now, this is with a view to providing relevant updates and information to citizens who wish to participate in the process as a means to strengthening political participation, as well as the electoral process. And that's the right to vote. It is your fundamental right, and you have to exercise it as a responsible citizen of Nigeria. Now, to do justice to this important topic, we have with us Mr. Silvanus Yepe. Mr. Silvanus Yepe is the HOD, Voter Education and Publicity of INEC. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
We're glad to have you. We also have with us in the studio Engineer Tol Wakili. Engineer Tol Wakili is the head of ICT and voter registration department of INEC. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. Listen, I get close to your radio. It promised to be a very engaging and interesting conversation here in the studio as we raise awareness on the conduct of the continuous voters registration. Now, as we always do on this program, we have a public interest segment on the show where we talk about topical issues that affect our community. Now, on this edition of the Public Interest Corner, we're looking at the issue of refuse disposal. As you may well be aware, we're in the period of when the rainy season, and it's important that we dispose of our refuse properly to avoid clogging the waterways with the refuse. And we call on citizens as well as residents in communities to ensure that you dispose of your waste properly. You know, you could have community efforts where you could have refuse dumps, specific points, where you can actually collect your refuse as a community, and then you can actually liaise with relevant authorities, could it be the PEPSA or the GMDB as the case may be, to evacuate same. When you properly dispose of your refuse, it has a great advantage for the community as well as for the health benefits of the community, especially the young ones and then the nursing mothers as well. So we call on people, we call on citizens, we call on residents and everyone to ensure that you dispose of your refuse properly, especially this rainy season that we are as well. And then we'll also close this session by saying, try and clear your environment. You have grasses all grown, in our residential areas. Ensure that you properly trim those grasses to ensure that they don't become hiding place for venomous animals that could be of threat and danger to you and your family. That will be the size of our package on the public interest corner on building bridges. Please stay with us as we take a message from our sponsors and we'll delve into the discussion proper with the INEC officials here in the studio. Please stay with us.
In an ever-changing world, there is a demand for a voice which echoes the thoughts and yearnings of the common man. That voice comes with truth. It's a voice of justice, and ultimately, the voice upholds peace. The Voice is Building Bridges, your radio advocacy platform aimed at building trust and fostering peaceful coexistence among communities, ethnicities, and groups. Building Bridges comes up every Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. on J11.9 FM, an initiative of Take and Peace Desk with support by Bread for the World.
Records.
It's a tenor and ninjas. When I get famous, I beg you draw my ear. When I don't go, all the place where I've been the dream to go so high. When money don't come, when Pepe don't rest, and when I don't see many things where I've been the dream to see so high. When the world don't hear my song too. When the world done, everybody done, they hear my name, oh. When the world done, everybody know my face, oh. And when the world done, Baba pray make I no forget my God, oh. Mama tell me story, make I remember the area I come from. Mama tell me story, make I remember people who help me up, oh. Mama tell me story. Mama tell me stories, Mama tell me stories. For this world, you know how to forget.
All right, welcome back from that short musical break. We actually had message from our sponsors, Tech and Peace Desk, in conjunction with Breath for the World. As well, we also had short music by Sound Sultan and Atel. Very interesting music there, you'll see. So we delve into the discussion proper on the continuous voters registration process. Mr. Silvanus, you've been on the process so far, so good. How has the process been so far?
Yeah, just like in your introductory part of it, where you stated that it started since 28th of June, the online, and then the physical capture started on the 26th of July. So far, the reports has been very pleasant. People are interested. They are coming out. The officials are doing their best. And the report so far that we have received is quite encouraging.
Good.
And we'll keep urging Nigerians, urging people in the plateau to continue in that spirit. It's all for our good.
Okay, let's quickly go over to the ICT, the head of ICT of INEC, Engineer Wakil. You've been the head of department ICT, and one of the innovations for the process is the introduction of the online portal.
Yes.
So how has it been with the introduction of the online portal? How has been the response of people?
In fact, the online portal is a very great achievement as far as INEC is concerned. In fact, this is the first time we have ever rolled out technology and we have not receiving complaint. Because we remember when we started with technology of DGC, people used to complain, DGC machine is not working, this hanging is doing this. We come down to smart card reader, we receive complaints. But this online registration, this technology, in fact, it has been seamless, no complaint, and people are happy about it. In fact, even our neighboring countries, in fact, we have a testimony of people even living in England, and from there they have done the registration online. The only thing that remains is whenever they find themselves in Nigeria, they will now go for their capture. In fact, it's commendable.
Okay, indeed, it's a very good innovation. It's bringing the young people on board as well as, incorporating technological initiatives into our electoral process for the betterment of the process. Now, Mr. Silvanus, you are the head of voter education and publicity. How has it been with educating the public, and creating awareness about the CVR process?
Yes, just like I said, that the process has been so encouraging, the turnout is encouraging, the machines are not misbehaving, the officials are efficient. This is all a product of publicity. The people have been sufficiently mobilized, and the commission on the plateau, through the leadership of the resident electoral commissioner, Malam Hussein Halilupai, he's never let anybody race on his oars. He's always putting people on toes. And in particular, the publicity division has done greatly through his own efforts, which are these areas now. Jingles have been produced in English and Hausa, asking people to come out, stating the benefits of their participation. The commission has also embarked on roadshow, which is moving from street to street where it is very populated. All is intended to let the people know that, yes, the activities have started and that their participation is very important. Flyers have been distributed, posters printed and distributed. Stakeholders have been held at all the 17 local government areas conducted by the local government electoral officers. And all of this are geared towards mobilizing the people, encouraging them to come out, sensitizing them, and then they have actually yielded to this call, and they have come out, and we are happy about the results.
Great. All right. As a follow-up to that, you talked about the benefit of the process, and then you talked about the importance of publicity, creating awareness. On this program, we have a diverse listener base. We have people in the marketplace. We have people, in the offices listening to us. So you want to speak to maybe those in the marketplace now, telling them the benefits of participating in the continuous voters registration. What are some of the benefits?
Yes. The basic thing for INEC is that, that when you come out and you register, 99% it is the only authority that you have to participate at elections. If you do not get registered, there is no way, even if a very good candidate comes out that you wish you would have voted for, because you do not have permanent voter card as a result of your not coming out to participate at this, then it means you can't vote for that person. And the truth of the matter is that once you do not participate at the voting, and then whoever, those who come out and they have voted for some other person, that even though you like him or you do not like him, that person will be in government. And then it will be too late for you to make any complaint. So it is important that people must come out, make sure that you register to vote, because that is a fundamental right that you have. It's a franchise. So in democracy, once you do not participate, then you have lost out, and you can't have any right of complaining. So that's one thing that we must let them know.
Okay, before I finally move over to Mr. Wakil, actually, you talked about people participating, what categories of people can participate in the process quickly?
Yes. Every citizen. One, the main target is for those who have just turned 18 years.
Okay.
Probably they were not 18 in 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So now that they have turned 18, so they are free to come up and get registered. Then this opens an opportunity for those who, though have registered. It is possible to have registered in 2018, 2017, and probably one reason or the other, your name is not on the register. This is the right time for you to update it. Or if you did at all, your permanent voter card is damaged, you can have the opportunity of getting it replaced. Or you probably registered at that time, yes, but then where you did it, you no longer resident there. So you want to transfer. This is an opportunity for you to do all of those ones. But the technical person will tell you what the processes are for each of these items that I have mentioned.
Okay, let's move over to Mr. Wakil actually and talk about the technical processes, in terms of the ICT. A visit to some of the registration centers shows that some have been having network challenges and all. So I want you to talk about that, as well as initiatives put in place to checkmate such, especially when it happens.
Actually, sometimes the beginning of everything is always difficult.
Okay.
We understand that there are some little hitches, especially on the first day. Some are saying network, and actually network, the issue of network is just temporarily, because you observe sometimes even when you want to do some transactions with the banks, or even when you want to call somebody with your phone, there's sometimes you discover it looks frustrating. Maybe it doesn't go through because of network. But those ones are just temporary challenges. Those ones, we cannot say that they doesn't exist. They actually exist, but it's a temporary situation. I think as at yesterday, the thing was moving smoothly, and the time frame we have for this is over 1 year. So we want to believe that all the interested people, the network challenge cannot hinder them from performing their civic right. And then the technical aspect of it also, the registration is online. And the technicality is that we have a portal whereby you log in to the portal, and then now it offers you opportunity. It displays like a menu, all the services that are available there. So like the targeted people, as the voter education HOD have said, maybe one, you have just turned 18, you see your option will be there. Or maybe you want to make a transfer, your option will be there. You want to update your records. You want to log in for new PVC. Maybe your own have been damaged or you have lost it. So all those menus are there. So once you log into the portal, and the portal is cvr.inec.gov.ng. And if that one didn't go, then you can also try cvr.inecnigeria.org. So we have two links, and that is open to the public.
Okay, you might want to take that again.
Okay. The first one is cvr.inec.gov.ng.
Okay.
cvr.inec.gov.ng or cvr.inecnigeria.org. So any of them goes. So once you log on there, then the services are there.
Okay.
So whichever one that concerns you. So maybe you have lost your card, you want to update your information, or you want to change your location. So you are here for the first time, you have never been registered. So all those options are there. So it depends on the one that concerns you or your own area of challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving the conversation forward, you have the scheduling of appointment.
Yes.
As the case may be. I want you to talk about that as well.
Okay. When we talk of the appointment, actually, even with the provision of the portal, the system has not been left to the public completely.
Okay.
So there's area where INEC steps in. And where INEC steps in, that means you have to interface with INEC officials. And that is where the issue of appointment comes, so that we will not waste your time. So we give you appointment and then you come, so that we finalize your registration or your transfer. So that is where the issue of appointment comes. And normally we give time to people, even though we have observed our system. So we can be able to, if you come, we can be able to finalize the process you started online within 3 to 5 minutes. So based on that, the system is flexible. The appointment, you choose it by yourself. So INEC doesn't force appointment for you. So you choose the appointment, and if you are there at the appointed time, the system waiting for you already, and then you will be attended to. So that is where the issue of appointment comes. So the person chooses the date, and then he chooses the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
then a text message will be sent to you also as confirmation.
Okay, but what in a case whereby somebody was scheduled to come at so time and day, and then perhaps the person couldn't have time to maybe attend to such appointment at that particular point in time? I mean, what can be done, or what should the person do?
Actually, if you miss your appointment, we normally ask you to go and reschedule, because once you miss your own appointment, it has entered another person's appointment. So, for example, if we give you 9:30, maybe we give you 9:30 to 9:15, and then you come 16 minutes after 9. So automatically it has entered another person's appointment, except maybe if also that person is your own type that is not keeping appointment. So if he didn't come, then that system will be free, so we can attend to you. Or alternatively, if you miss your appointment and you still come, we will not drive you away, but the only thing is that you have to wait until we treat all the people with appointments. So, or you can go and reschedule the appointment, which you can do that one also in your house at your comfort zone.
Okay. Interesting. The conversation is getting heated up in the studio. Mr. Stephen, I want you to talk about one of the main things that characterized the last election is the underaged voting and the rest. I want you to talk about that, as well as measures put in place to checkmate such, especially talking about underage registration, especially in areas that are very volatile.
Yeah, quite frankly, INEC frown against underage registration. And the mechanism that INEC has put in place now is the fact that even though this is the first one is online,
okay,
a child of 2, 3, 4, if the child can use the phone, can do it. But that's not to say that he has passed through or she has passed through. The second stage, which is the physical capture, means that whoever has indicated interest by online registration must physically come before the electoral officials. And it is at that point that they can probe to find out if, on the look of that person, the officials feel that, no, this one is not 18 years. They ask you questions. And when you are unable to prove that you are 18 years, they will send you away, because that does not mean that you have been registered. So that mechanism is very effective, and I've seen the office in Miango Junction here, where there are 2 centers. 2 boys came and they said, no, you are not underage. And got on our side, the children accepted that, they thought that anyone could just do it. So they turned them back. And that's a plus to us. So it's a very good mechanism. So we don't expect that in 2023 people will be complaining that, underage people have registered. Yes, they could be doing it at this stage of online registration because they are doing it in their schools, in their playgrounds, in their rooms. But you must only complete it when you come physically before the officers of the commission.
Okay, interesting. The Middle Belt, have been plagued with a lot of former other conflicts, that has displaced several communities, and in the process, some of them had actually missed out in some of the registrations. Some of them had lost their PVCs, and then some of them are not even close to where they are supposed to cast their votes again. So, are there any special consideration for displaced communities?
Yes, wherever you are, as far as this state is concerned, that it is true we must admit that some people were displaced during the crisis, but at least there's calm now. So they are in safe zone now. And every local government headquarters for now is safe. There's no news of any crisis anywhere there. And the registration for now is taking place at the local government headquarters or at Miango office. And so anybody who is within the state, you only need to walk to the local government headquarters and then find out where are they doing the registration. So when you get there, the registration officials will look at the Directorate of Polling Units. You only need to indicate the one that is closer to you. Even while that is done, because the registration will still go inwards. As time goes on, Commission have started just at the local government to see how people come out. And we are beginning to see that, yes, the turnout is encouraging. So at an appropriate time, they will move to probably ward levels to meet the people closer to their places of abode. So even if you have relocated from one place or the other, they will still locate you and be able to, because that place must belong to a ward within the state. And so they will register you. It's only for you to make a choice of your polling unit so that on the day of election, you go to that polling unit and then you cast your vote.
Interesting. Okay, let's go back to the technical person, the ICT. For the people that want to register newly, perhaps online, can they also come to the office to do that?
Yeah, they can come.
Okay.
Because the process is 2 ways. We consider those that cannot do it by themselves.
Okay.
In fact, there are even some people, they are of age, they cannot write their name either on the screen or paper, so such people need assistance. So when such people visit any of our centers, so we have our official there that do everything for them.
Okay, let's look at the case of people living with persons living with disabilities, PSWDs,
Yeah, in fact, INEC also is considering all those. And in contribution to the question you asked, Mr. Silvanus, about the plan INEC have for people that are displaced. So there is a plan for people living with disability, people that are in IDPs. Even when we conducted 2019 general elections, we followed them with our material, all the materials. We followed them with the materials to the place where they have been camped. So all IDPs, and then people that live with disability also, there is special provision for them in our software. So to take their own information also, because we know such people, you may have some of them without hands in which we capture biometric. So there is a provision for such people. You may have some without hand completely. You may have some that will have only 2 fingers. So there is provision for them in our machines to capture such people.
Okay, very interesting. Listener, it's your program, and we will be opening our phone line shortly. You can call us to make your comments, ask your questions or your suggestions, as the case may be. Our phone lines are 09055666699, that's 6 in 4 places, or 09098848848. We have in the studio with us Mr. Silvanus Yepe, the head HOD Voter Education and Publicity of INEC, and Engineer Tol Wakili, the head of Department ICT and Voter Registration Department of INEC. When you call us, please turn down the volume of your radio and tell us your name and where you're calling from, and then go straight to the point. Let's see what we have here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Thank you, my brother.
We're glad you called.
I'm very, very happy. In short, JSM, you are the best. By bringing this INEC official to the studio today, I'm very, very happy. You understand? Because what I want to, my contribution this morning is that the INEC have to sit up, because many people I have contact with are saying that they are not going to vote again in this country, because INEC are the problem of this of the masses. Because when masses went out and now they are struggling to collect this voters card, at the end of the day, when they vote, their vote will not count, and it's very, very unfortunate. You know, after this suffering and obtain this voters card, the last day of the election, maybe they are see this local government election that they are doing. At times they will be on the place that they're trying to collect. They will go and start inaugurating, announcing the results somewhere else.
Okay.
What is that? Honestly speaking, my brother, Nigerians are very, very angry with INEC. I'm telling you, let them sit up and do the needful so that people's vote will count. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Judsat. A point of correction there. It's Taken Peace Desk. It's part of our value-added initiative to ensure that we reach out to our communities. That's why we have these INEC officials here in the studio with us to talk about this topical issue of the continuous voters registration. So we'll be glad to do this always. Let's see what we have here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm Chief Fudum from Bokos, sir.
You are who?
I'm Chief Fudum from Bokos.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is this, sir. You said those people that cannot read or write, and not especially those that are pulling in the work headquarters is very far from them. What can they do? Not especially the work headquarters, the local government headquarters. Does it mean they should travel from all the distance and come to the local government headquarters and register? And another thing is that you see our people in the bush, they have problems. They cannot even communicate either in English or in Hausa. What do you do as an INEC?
Okay.
That is another question.
All right.
Secondly, sir, some of us are highly disappointed the way we are handling people in Nigeria. Because we are not to be independent, but we are not independent. What can you say about that? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're dealing with the issue of continuous voter registration, and we'll dwell on that basically. Okay, let's see what we have here. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think we'll lose that call. Listener, you can also be part of the conversation on our social media handle. You can go to our Facebook page at Taken Peace Desk. You can drop your comments there. We'll take them here on the program. Let's see what we have here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Comrade Salwa Samson. I'm calling from Hawatua.
All right, Comrade. We're glad you called. Please go ahead.
It's a kudos for you to bring this program to the ear that we're listening.
Thank you.
We are appealing to the INEC official. They are talking of from local government they will move to the work level, and still emphasizing that they should make sure that this thing go to the unit. because we'll be very closer to the people.
Okay.
Because some of the vote levels are far from the people. Okay. They are our collection centers in our rural areas. So if they will make it to the polling unit, it will be very good to us.
Okay.
And what of the issue if you are not staying within your community? Maybe you are residing in Jos and you are from rural area.
Okay.
If possible for me, if I know that my polling unit number, I will be registered in my resident area. Then I will go to my PVC in my locality. That is my local government. Is it possible? Thank you. That is my take.
Thank you very much. Just listen. The answers will be provided to your questions. Okay, maybe you might quickly want to respond to these ones we have before we have more.
Okay, thank you very much. It shows the level of interest that the people are agitated about certain issues. The first question had to do with that their votes do not count. And I got a little bit disturbed when he said so. Firstly, he confused between INEC and local government. So I do not know which one exactly he was addressing. But in the part of INEC, all votes during INEC elections have always counted. And that is why you always have winners. For local government, it's not within my purview to make any comment. I think I will advise that if he has issues with local government, he should trust their office and drop such, because it's all about developing our society. The second person had to do with local government saying that it is far for a lot of people. And we had said it in this program that yes, we are starting at local government headquarters. It shall be going down to the ward level. Yes, if time permits. Because look, from now until August 2022 is still a very long time. So if anyone is truly willing to participate, if you cannot do it now, by the time INEC people goes down to the ward level, it will be nearer to you. And so I will advise that people just be more committed about it. As to language, yes, majority of us have different languages, but we have two common languages. You either can understand English or you understand Hausa.
Okay.
And I think that all the jingles that we have produced in INEC are in these two major languages for now. As time goes on, we are also looking at, if it's possible, we are going to go into the different languages. But you see, the controversy here is that how many languages do we have on the plateau?
Interesting.
So that's another big thing. And then each group will tell you that, no, I don't understand this language, it is going to be this one. But what we will do in the part of INEC is to ensure that everyone who is a citizen and interested is mobilized.
Okay.
The third one had to do with PU. Somebody is making a request that if it is possible for us to move to PU. For
level.
now, yes. I am not going to make any dishonest claim. What I do know that is on the program is that from the local government, they will move towards. So if it becomes okay for us to move to PUs, that will be fine. But I think that everything, there's nothing that is too difficult about this. Then he also asked the question about whether he is resident in Jos. Can he register in Jos? Absolutely, he can do that, because once you get to any center, it's for you to look at the directorate. If you know the polling unit in your own village, you only need to mention to them, and then they will register you based on the information you have given. Most of the problems that we often have is that people do not want to ask questions on things that are relevant that can affect them in future. Some of them will just go and do something, and then later on when you base it on the information, he tells you that, oh no, it is not my PU. So I think that if he gives the right information, absolutely he will be registered.
Okay, let's have a few more calls before we call it a day. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Comrade Mandiu Bulus calling you from Dafo in Bokos.
We're glad you called, Comrade. Please go ahead.
I think I want to appreciate you for bringing us the INEC officials in your studio.
Thank you very much.
To brainstorm and also discuss issues that have to do with election.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
In fact, our people are willing to go out there to register. Yes, some of us that we are living in the rural areas, but we are trying to educate our people, our parents, to go out there and register. But the problem here is that we need credible election. We need credible election. That's what I want to tell the officials there.
Okay, comrade.
When you go for your meetings, yes.
Okay, comrade, we are solely talking about the continuous voter registration. We'll talk about elections some other time.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We need to have a credible election, and also we are educating our people. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But we are educating to educate our rural dwellers, to go out there to vote. But all we need confidence in INEC in the subsequent election. Have a nice time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, that will be all from our phone lines. I don't know if you have one or two things to say about the last call.
Yeah, we'll just respond to him very quickly. First, to appreciate him for saying that he is helping in mobilizing people in his community. That's very good. That's what we expect. Then the second thing is that we give him the assurance that elections will be conducted very peacefully and it will be very credible as far as INEC is concerned.
All right. Let's have your final words, Mr. Wakil.
I think the final thing to say is that they should have this portal link. That is, I repeat it again, cvr.inec.gov.ng and cvr.inecnigeria.org. So once you go there, you are there already, and then you go on with your registration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Silvanus. I don't know if you have any last word for our listener out there.
The last word is we'll urge all citizens who desires to participate at the election to ensure that they are registered. Without PVC, there will be no voting. And again, we caution that while we urge you to come out, do not involve in double registration because you will be caught, definitely, and there's sanction.
All right, that's it all from the INEC officials here in the studio with us. Now, listener, that the size of our package on this edition of Building Bridges, a program brought to you by Take and Peace Desk with support from Bread for the World. It is our earnest desires and aspiration and belief at Take and Peace Desk that good governance is our fundamental right, and we deserve to have good governance, and this is a function of we participating in the electoral process. So please we call on citizens, for those that haven't registered before and have attained the statutory age, please go out there and register. For those that don't have the PVC, also please go out there and register, and those who have PVC but have been defaced or spoiled or lost, please also go out there and register. By these we can also participate in the electoral process. We'll be having the second part of the discussion next week. Please keep it time with us as we invite the civil society organizations to talk about their observation of the process and matters arising as well. So please join us by God's grace next week for the second part of the discussion. My name is Joseph Ojadeji. That's the size of our package on this edition of Building Bridges. Thank you very much. Blessed are the peacemakers. Thank you.